The conviction of former President Álvaro Uribe, the maximum leader of the right wing in Colombia, poses a series of challenges in some scenarios at the political and legal level that also transcend at the international level. Correspondent hernan Tobar with the details.
Once it was known the sense of the ruling by Judge Sandra Heredia condemning the former President Álvaro Uribe Vélez for the crimes of bribery in criminal proceedings and procedural fraud, the reactions have been multiple. For some analysts, it will affect in various areas.
Esto va a tener un impacto político indudable.
This is going to have an unquestionable political impact. I think it is going to be a momentary political impact of 1 or 2 weeks. He is still an important politician for Colombia, but he is a politician in decline. He was important because he was president 20 years ago. So I think the impact is being overestimated, but obviously the Democratic Center is going to come out and say they are politically persecuted and victims. I do not think this is going to last in the long term because they do not have a consolidated presidential candidate. It will be a 1, 2 or 3 week downturn.
Consolidado. Será un fogonazo de unas 2 o 3 semanas.
El caso también trascendió en el ámbito
The case also transcended in the international arena. The U.S. Secretary of State made a statement rejecting the conviction against the former president. For specialists, his announcement of support for Uribe not only demonstrates his political closeness, but also represents a clear interference in Colombia's internal affairs.
Las relaciones entre Colombia y Estados Unidos están acompañadas de...
The relations between Colombia and the United States are accompanied by what are divergent political positions. But in any case, it is convenient to maintain relations between the two countries for many reasons, economic, political, social, but this normality of relations cannot sacrifice the position of autonomy and sovereignty of the Colombian state. It is an unacceptable position, an interference that cannot be tolerated, and Colombia must emphatically reject this intervention of the United States Secretary of State.
Mientras organizaciones de derechos humanos esperan que Uribe respete.
While human rights organizations expect Uribe to respect the ruling against him and reiterate that this is not a political trial and will wait until August 1st to hear the sentence that Judge Sandra Heredia will impose on Álvaro Uribe. In this regard, the prosecution has requested a sentence of 9 years and the place of his imprisonment will be determined. The judge herself has outlined the possibility of house arrest. The defense of the condemned man has already warned that it will appeal the ruling for review in the second instance.
What we hope in any case is that he does not turn this sentence against him into a court to continue destroying the institutionality, to continue affecting democratic governance. I believe it is time for him to retire from public life and take this as a lesson. Because let's remember that this is not a political persecution of President Gustavo Petro. Let's remember that this started more than 14 years ago when he tried to indict before the Supreme Court of Justice Senator Cepeda for the same crimes for which he has been convicted today.
Luego de la publicación de la sentencia,
After the publication of the sentence, Uribe's defense will have 5 days to file the appeal in the second instance. The appeal must be resolved by the Superior Court of Bogotá, which must review the ruling and make a determination before October 16, when the criminal action against Uribe Vélez becomes time-barred.
Escribe la acción penal en contra de Álvaro Uribe Vélez. Hernan Tobar, TeleSUR, Bogotá, Colombia.
In Argentina,